Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Ron, and this might be an interesting episode. Something different. It is a dumpster dive through the PlayStation Extra. I kind of went up and or went in there and looked at a bunch of games that I wouldn't normally play, or kind of look like throwaway games. Yeah, starting with this one, Trackmania Turbo. I took a look at this and I was like, oh wow, this is a throwaway game, and sadly, it actually is. You know, some of these games, I picked them up thinking, this is gonna suck, and they turned out great. This one didn't suck. It's just that the difficulty level and what they're trying to teach you, well, they don't teach you. There's no tutorial, and each level has its own trick, and it gets harder and harder. I don't know. I like the shtick of it. It's its own different kind of racer, but still, after a while, the difficulty is bleh. All right, now Dangerous Golf. Yeah, you could tell what kind of show this is going to be, right? Dangerous Golf. I mean, the most throwaway of throwaway games. I looked at this and I was like, you know what? This might be really, really fun. And when you go wild with the ball and you fling it and it's hitting everything and going everywhere, and you learn all the tricks, like it's not that complicated, really. There's only 3 phases of the ball. You basically putt it once and you got to get enough points to do a smash breaker, and then you hit the smash breaker and the ball turns on fire and you get to just fly around until it's time to putt. But if you're nowhere near the hole, then you're kind of screwed, and they take away half your points. So when you're destroying everything and you're having a really good time, it's actually a great game. But when it gets difficult, oh man, it gets difficult. All right, Skydrift Infinity. Yes, I just found all the cheese under the hamburger, didn't I? It's a flying game. It didn't look particularly fun when I saw it in the previews for it. I was just like, I'll try it out. It's okay. Again, like most of these racing games and sports games, it's really fun. And when you go back to the earlier levels after you get good, you can have a ball. But like with all of them, like I was about to say, the difficulty level gets to that point where you're just like, okay, I'm not going to become an expert at Skydrift Infinity. I'm just playing this for fun. It's cheese! Come on! Alright, speaking of such things, Trials Rising. Now, I wouldn't say necessarily this is a throwaway game, but this is certainly a game that I looked at several times, and it just did not interest me. When I finally played it, however, I fell deeply in love with it, and, oh my god, it looks great. It's a very simple game. It's almost like an old Flash game. I don't know if you remember those where you just had to balance the thing and go off a track. Yeah, they had a ton of those Flash games like that. Again, the major criticism of all these games so far is you get to a certain point and you basically would have to dedicate your life to playing Trials Rising. And I opened up most of the maps. I didn't get to the grand finale, but I got far enough. And speaking of Trials, this next game is, of course, related. It's Trials of the Blood Dragon, and I had no idea what this was until I played Trials Rising. And then I looked back at this game, and I was like, oh, it's a Far Cry Blood Dragon-themed Trials game. Okay, I guess I'll try it. And I had kind of been fed up with Trials. Like I said, I got to a point where I couldn't really do much more on the races. I'd gotten all the golds I was going to get and all the silvers I was going to get. So I went to this, and you know what? This is pretty fun. It's got a shooting element to it, a stealth element, and a motorcycle area. So it's really cool. It does a bunch of stuff. Play it. It's also very short, as unforgiving as it gets. I was able to beat it, like I always say. And as unforgiving as some of the sections get, it's still really fun, and it's pretty tight and concise. Alright, and speaking of difficult and unforgiving games, Yotin! Oh, this game looked really good. I almost bought this game when it was on sale for it was dirt cheap, like $2.99. I'm glad I waited until I saw it on the PS Extra. another game, just like Trials and all those. I'm really grateful that I played them on the PS Extra. So I'm not bashing any of these games. I say play them, but you know, don't pay any money for them. They're all free on PS Extra now, so they're all worth checking out. And this one was definitely worth checking out. This game is beautiful. It has a weird, almost Don Bluth animation style to it. It's extremely hard, and some of the puzzles are a little difficult, and everything is or everything's in Norwegian, I think. I think that's the language they're speaking, I presume. But beautiful game, and worth checking out. I gotta dig a little deeper into it myself, personally. Alright, Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, yet another game where I kept seeing it on sale for like $8.99, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know that I want to pay $8.99 for this game. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't. It's free on PlayStation Extra. It's pretty good. It hits all the H.P. Lovecraft story notes and vibe. There is no combat. Let me tell you that. You're basically walking yourself through the story as an investigator, and you're picking up clues and discovering things. And so there is a point system, like an experience, like hit points and stuff, and you got to invest your skills into different things like psychology, occultism, seeing spots in the dark, different things. I'm not describing it right, but yeah, you got to invest your points as you get them, and you get points for finding different things and discovering different things. Again, no fighting, just kind of playing a story, though. But, I mean, look at it. Okay, now let's get to the crap burger. There's always one. Yes, a lot of these are throwaway games. It is a dumpster dive. And of course, while dumpster diving, you're going to find that nugget of treasure. And that's coming up. I promise that's coming up. But sometimes before you get to that treasure, you get your hand in a little dog poo. You get your hand in a little turd. Or there's a little turd on top of the unwrapped Snickers bar. Or maybe it's just another melted Snickers bar. I don't know. But this game is shit. I'm sorry. This game's crap. I tried to play it for an hour. It's like sucky Minecraft zombie. They don't give you a tutorial as far as I can tell. Look at this crap. Zombies just come up and run at you. I just... Unturned is garbage. I'm sorry. Garbage. Alright. Ghost Recon Wildlands. This one, it's a pretty high quality game. I mean, this is Tom Clancy. This is Ubisoft. I mean, look at the care and love and detail they put into this game. And it's an open world. It's like Grand Theft Division or something. But again, not my style of games. I love first-person shooters, but the open-worldy thing, it can be addicting, and it certainly was for this game, but I, again, cheesed the hell out of it. And it's wonderful because you can break all the missions, you can play this game totally half-assed and still get away with it, and I love things like that. So I did like this game a lot, and it was pretty fun to play, but at a certain point, you know, it just opens up. You don't even have to beat the whole game. You get the boss fight after you beat a couple of the underbosses, and so I just went and did it, and then I was good. It's fun to play, though. Check it out. All right, and now the last one of the night, Artful Escape, last game of the night, and of course, I mean, Ghost Recon was pretty darn good. I thought it was just going to be a waste of time. I'm glad I played it, but this one... This is the treasure nugget. It's like finding that old VCR or that that 8mm camera in the neighbor's dumpster. That's what this is. It is Artful Escape, and man, I was so glad I just stumbled into this game on Extra and decided to just try it out. And I will tell each and every one of you, Artful Escape, just try it out. This game is beautiful. It's got a decent story. It's not too hard. There's some guitar parts. It's kind of like the Dance kind of things where you gotta match your buttons to the lights in order to play the right guitar part. But it's not very difficult, and the parts are very far and few in but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, It is just a fun game and a fun story, and you can blast through this thing in 5 hours at the most, maybe even 3 if you don't care, but just really fun to play and totally worth it. I highly recommend Artful Escape, especially if you are a music lover. Then it's a no-brainer. Just get it. I mean, look at this stuff and listen to the music. It reminds me a lot of Oxenfree, I will say that. So if you've played Oxenfree and you didn't dig that, you might not like this, but this is much more colorful, fun, engaging. It ticks all the boxes when it comes to a game about music without having to like play the guitar like Guitar Hero or anything like that. So there you go, Artful Escape. Alright, that's all for now. Thank you for traveling with me on this PlayStation dumpster dive. Yeah, we found a little treasure in there, and a little bit of dog poo. So there you go. Dork points, fully earned. Good night.